How to increase your confidence with women. First of all, let's define what generally gives somebody confidence, right? So some people have a genetic predisposition just to be super confident despite any outside circumstances that should allow them to feel confident. These are like, those douchebags in high school that they weren't good students, they weren't smart, they weren't particularly physically attractive, they were into drugs maybe, they had nasty personalities, but they got all the hot women because they just had this irrational confidence, and it's just kind of a genetic thing and who knows why. But for the rest of us, what actually is confidence? Well, confidence is a collection of successful, good reference experiences. So for instance, skydiving, right? The first time you were to jump out of a plane, you'd be extremely nervous because you're like, I could die doing this. I could very well jump out of this plane and die, and you'd be extremely nervous. But your second jump, your third jump, your 1,000th jump out of a plane, by then you have so many references experiences of not dying that now you are very confident, and your heart rate might just like not even go up a lot, right? You hear this from skydivers sometimes, like they're kind of adrenaline junkies, and then skydiving no longer does it for them because they're no longer nervous. They have too many reference experiences. They're too confident and things like that. So with women, with building confidence with women specifically, what you must do is acquire positive reference experiences in your brain, evidence that can show, yes, I am in fact a guy that women like. I make them laugh. I make them giggle like a little schoolgirl. I make them a little bit nervous when I give them that eye contact and I look at them like, yeah, you know what's about to go down later. You know what's going to happen, right? And I can see them kind of like, getting turned on. You need a lot of references of you doing that, walking up to groups of people, group of women, you talk, they pay attention, they're listening to your stories, they're laughing at your jokes. But how do you do this? Well, I'm one of the biggest proponents of cold approach pickup in the world. My old mentors are RSD Tyler, aka Owen Cook, Todd V Dating, etc. I'm good friends with a guy named Austin Summers. He actually has a product that's really, really good called Game Transformations. No affiliate link or anything. It's just a good product, Game Transformations by Austin Summers. So you can go out and you can do cold approach pickup, meaning you can talk to women in the supermarket. You can talk to people at nightclubs, bars, restaurants, etc. If you want to do this on cold approach, I'm not going to do a whole like A to Z cold approach thing because I actually have a better method that's coming up. So stick around and, I'll talk about that in a second. But one of the best ways to do it is just when you're going out in the day, you can start very, very small. And you can start asking people like, hey, my phone isn't charged. I have no battery. Can you just tell me what time it is real quick? Or you can start giving people random compliments. When you're checking out the supermarket, just say to the cashier girl, oh, hey, I like your earrings, by the way. 99% they won't take it in a creepy way. The one thing I will say about cold approach pickup, it is night and day pre and post pandemic. Like people used to generally like conversing with strangers, and it was normal for people to talk to each other. It was normal to leave your house and not be on freaking house arrest and wear a dog muzzle around your mouth. Like a lot of things were normal pre-pandemic. A lot of things have changed now. But since I am an online dating coach, if you're new here, my branding, my shtick, my whatever, my message, whatever you want to call it, is that dating now, at least the aspect of meeting, not all of dating, but the meeting, the sourcing aspect of meeting a new person now, for the most part, no longer takes place in person from, bar, nightclub, restaurants, but it takes place on Instagram, dating apps, or in some form online. So I teach online. So going on this theme, right, we're talking about how to increase your confidence with women as a man. This is the best technique that you will ever hear. Okay, I'll give two of them. The real life one, kudos to my buddy Patrick Red, he talked about this, which is go to strip clubs and talk to the girls there. Don't spend money on these hoes, but like they'll come up to you, they'll try to seduce you. You can watch, tutorials from like my buddy Austin Summers. There's a lot of good pickup material out there. There's a lot of bad pickup material out there, but in the end, at the end of the day, we're looking for general reference experiences that say, hey, I talked to a woman, I didn't creep her out. As a matter of fact, she was engaged, she was listening, she was attracted, etc. She was, at the least, she was like fully engaged and, talking to me and stuff like that. That's what we're looking for, these reference experiences, right? So that's a kind of a hack to do in person. You can, just, pay the entrance fee at the strip club and, talk to a bunch of girls. Maybe if you're seen as like a regular there, the girls will know, hey, this guy never buys anything or whatever. And I'm not even afraid of, I'm not a fan. I didn't mean to say that. I'm afraid. I'm not a fan of that method personally. My buddy Patrick likes it. But now we're out to the juice. This is what you've been waiting for. Get even semi-normal photos, not like an amazing social media. Like I always talk about building this high status, amazing social media. If you want help with that, DM me the word photography on Instagram, and I will give you my free guide on how to do photography specifically to look attractive on Instagram and dating apps and actually get matches so you actually have girls to go out with, more first dates, more reference experiences. But the hack that I've been getting to, okay, here it is, finally coming out. Just get normal, average, basic, non-terrible photos, get Tinder, pay for the Tinder Plus or whatever, and go to somewhere in the Philippines, go to Thailand, go to some remote, like easy dating market. No matter what you look like, you'll start matching with girls, flirt with them for a little bit, and then get them on a video call, okay? Match with girls on Tinder, overseas, in a super easy dating market, and say, yeah, I'm on my way to Manila, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to live there, and just, I don't know. I have a job waiting for me that I'm going to be the manager of Samsung Manila. I don't know, just lie, whatever. So they think you're actually going to live there. Or don't, I don't know. Or just say, hey, look, Chica, I'm using you to build my confidence that this will actually go nowhere. Whatever you want to say, but match these girls on Tinder and say, hey, listen, I don't like a lot of texting back and forth. If we're going to get to know each other and go out, let's do a video call. And you can program, 5 video calls a day, 10 video calls a day if you want. And believe me, if you can master a video call, you can master an in-person date because it's so much more comfortable and interaction face-to-face is just so much more to go on. You can see their expressions better. You can hear them better. You can feel vibes in person a lot better. So if you're just, you do the first video call and you're like, so nice to meet you. What's it like there in this small village in Philippines? And I like peanut butter, right? And you're just like very, very awkward. You do 2, you do 3, you do 5 a day. You do 5 video calls a day with random women in the Philippines. Your social skills, your confidence, your understanding to tell stories, make them interesting, make them concise, not drone on forever and make them fall asleep, but actually make a good story that has a clear plot and a punchline and finishes in a timely manner. And like I said, make them laugh, make them giggle, create a little bit of sexual attention, be flirty, master your flirty vibe. That will carry out into other areas because what you've done is you've told your brain, hey, when I talk to women, they don't run away and scream and, spray pepper spray in my face. But again, they're engaged. They're laughing at my jokes. They're talking to me. Listen, we live in a digital age. I'm an online dating coach. An online dating coach is just a dating coach, by the way. Let me say that again. An online dating coach is just a dating coach because dating takes place online now. And, if you can schedule somebody, on a video call, the amount of, it's like lifting weights, right? It's like the gym. The same way you might want to take, 45 minutes to an hour, 5 to 6 days a week to push some iron and, build up your chest and your biceps and your whatever. You can pump iron metaphorically through video calls with girls in easy dating markets and get really, really flirtatious. Now, for the guys of you that think oh, I have no problem getting girls, shut the hell up. Anybody can improve. Anybody can do this. I get enough video calls with girls in my local dating market, so and I'm just I'm a dating coach. I go on a lot of dates. I go out, I throw events. So I'm in the mix enough. I don't really need to do this technique, but you do. So I don't want to hear any freaking excuses. You can improve your social skills. You are not some social Gandalf wizard guy who waves your wand and people just love to be around you. Wake up. Have some social awareness. Have a little bit of self-awareness. You are not Elon Musk level of intelligence. You are not Mike Tyson level fighting. You are not James Bond level seducer. You are not porn star level in bed. I am good in bed. I have pretty good physical health. I actually have somewhat kind of a decent, halfway respectable body. I've been lifting the weights, right? I got a hair transplant. I'm pretty good with women. I have so much to improve. I could get way bigger. I could get way better in bed. I could get a lot more confident. I could get a lot more results. I'm doing well on YouTube. Maybe you're entertaining. Maybe you think, hey, the way this fucking ginger just screams into a camera is pretty entertaining. And I like what this guy has to say. And he makes good shit. And I like to download his episodes and listen to the gym. Maybe you think it's pretty cool. It can get a lot better. It's like you watch these guys like, John Jones, Khabib Nurmagomedov, these MMA fighters. And They just get better and better and better. John Jones won the title age 24 against Mauricio Shogun Rua, and he was amazing. And you think, like, how could this guy get any better? 25, 26, 27. Now, John Jones also had a period where he was doing, like, a little bit of this, a little bit of the white powder in the clubs. Not all of his fights are super impressive, but aside from those, like, he just tapped out that guy, Cyril Gane or whatever, this guy who went like 3 rounds with Ngannou. I forget the result of that, but the point being, John Jones just keeps getting better. He just keeps getting better year after year. You need to just keep getting better. Keep building your confidence, right? Also, it's a lot easier to be confident when you're making good money, when you have a good network of men, when your body's good, right? If you know that, like, women like guys with like a decent chest, can you see? Oh, look at the pecs. If you can't do this with your pectoral muscles and make them move, you got to start hitting the weights. You will have reference experiences like, you take off, I take off my shirt sometimes, girls are like, oh, kind of wasn't expecting that, right? Like, I don't know how you guys think I look, and the comments are going to roast me. Listen, I'm aware I'm not a jacked bodybuilder guy, but we're talking about confidence. We're talking about building reference experience. So every day, every, pound of lean mass that I pound out with the weights in the gym, every new hair that grows in from the hair transplant, every, little bit that I can get rid of these eye bags from doing the skincare routine, every girl that I cold approach, every girl I video call with, every girl I have a first date with that ends successfully builds my confidence. It's like Tony Robbins did like a diagram in his book, Awaken the Giant Within. Amazing self-help book, by the way, where it's like a table, and the table is confidence, but a table can't stand. It needs 4 legs. So maybe like, the table represents like, I am good with women, right? And then there's 4 legs of a table, of like a dinner table, right? So one leg could be, when I walk up to women, generally I hold their attention. The other leg could be, women tell me I'm good in bed. Another leg could be that I got, so many Tinder matches, or, my virtual assistant found me so many girls on Instagram today. And the last pillar could be, I don't know what, every ex-girlfriend that I ever broke up with has, called me multiple times crying, begging to get back with me. You have a lot of this is kind of morbid, but let's just say one girl that I tried to break up with one time, and I've had similar experiences like this, but never to this degree. I have to dog whistle this a little bit, but she threatened to take some drastic action which would have resulted in her no longer existing, if that makes sense. Do you get, she said, if I break up with her, I'm going to do such thing so that I disappear from this earth, right? She threatened to do that if I were to break up with her. Very morbid. I'm not bragging about this. Don't take this the wrong way. All I'm trying to say is that is simply yet another reference experience that I have that makes me feel worthy of the top quality women, because when I break up with a girl, she threatens to do that because she must have been so in love with me. And as you guys have no doubt hopefully noticed by now, I pretty much only date exceptionally beautiful women. Every once in a while I go out with a 7, she's going to make my life easy. I don't have to work for it. She's my physical type. She's like, very brown, indigenous, Latina, which is what I like. I'll go out with a 7. I'll have a little fling with a 7.5. But for the most part, especially any type of like remotely long-term serious relationship is going to be with an exceptionally beautiful girls. And when exceptionally beautiful girls get on their knees and cry and beg for you so you can take them back, that builds more confidence. So for you guys, listen, you are on a mission to acquire any reference experiences that you can. And like I said, the quick hack for this, to bring it all back, is just get any, like your existing photos are probably fine. And again, they don't need to be even hot women. Like, look, if you go to the Philippines, hopefully you can attract at least, girls that are like 5 and 6, because it'll just make the video call more fun. And it's easier to flirt on a girl you actually are attracted to. But listen, if you're struggling on dates, if you just don't get the female psychology thing, if you have a very engineer, logical, left-minded brain, and you're not just like Mr. like free-flowing, social man who can just shoot the shit with everybody, do these video calls, go on YouTube, get books. I think there's this guy, Corey Wayne, 3% Man. I can't personally recommend that book, but I've heard a lot of good things from it. I don't know. Maybe I listened to it and I hate it and I'm like, I take this video. No, fuck Corey Wayne. I don't know. I've heard Corey Wayne stuff is good, but again, my boy Austin Summers, the old school content by RSD Tyler or Owen Cook, if you can find it. It could be on the internet, could maybe like BitTorrent it or something, but find like, all the old school pickup content. and, simultaneously study that and simultaneously do your video calls. You will build your confidence. And then, like I said, look for reference experience of just general confidence, success, everything you can in your normal day-to-day life. And those will be the pillars by which your confidence can stand. So get those reference experiences, build your confidence, live an amazing life. Subscribe to this channel and follow me on Instagram, RedbeardRants1. Thanks, boys. Peace out.